Let's go over the buttons. Here you have essentially it's very simple. You've got the power button here. You've got your home button here, which brings up Toshiba's tools, which are kind of handy. I've actually been playing with it. I started the tools, and it has a pencil tool, and I just had fun drawing all over the place anyway, so I was done. And you can erase that, and I just wanted to show it to you. It comes with a webcam. The webcam's built in right over here, and the mic is here, and we think another mic is over here. So actually I'll start that so you get an idea of how it works, and you'll see my face, probably. Hi, and the camera, and I'll close that because it's embarrassing. Anyway, so it comes with a fairly good webcam, and then you've got your cut and paste and all of that stuff built in as well. So Toshiba has this built-in tool so you can highlight things and add it to your to-do list. It's actually quite intuitive, and they have an instruction guide on how to use it. So the other thing they have is the keyboard tool here. So when you hit that, it brings up the keyboard. And when you're done, you just hit it again and it goes away. So two handy buttons that you've got here. Here's the power button right here, which I won't hit. So, and the other thing you'll notice is when this comes up, it moves the window screen right here. And when you're done, and I'll bring that back up, when you close it, you just hit the home screen. And then you notice that the window screen drops here. So they've really thought about it. They've really thought about making this device. So the other thing I want to show you here is that you have all your tools here as well. So you can adjust your volume, zoom. You can bring up a mouse. This is kind of handy. So you can just use it like a regular mouse if you want to. The other thing you can do is they have your other tools here, which come to the top of the screen. You can lock the device. You can change the power properties, Wi-Fi, etc., sleep, hibernation. Just give you an idea. You can adjust the brightness on both screens. They're locked together now. But if I move that button like that, I can change the brightness. So, it's they've really thought about making this tablet work with both screens. So, they really didn't do it half-assed. So, okay, I've actually opened a browser, and I'm going to type in an address just so you can get an idea of how it works. You probably can't see the keyboard well, but and it's even coming up. I was going to go to YouTube, so it's pretty quick. Boom, you're there. So it's quite handy. And then for now, I'll just use the thumb keyboard. And I like how well that works. And you see I have both screens working. So when I'm done with this, I just hit that and it goes away. So it's quite handy. Okay, and here you've seen I've loaded the 720p video, which plays Smooth as Silk. And what you can notice is that I can go between screens, and it doesn't choke or anything. So it's pretty slick. Often, if you change a flash video from one screen to the other, it completely chokes. This, you can scroll right through it. So it's pretty impressive. And then here, I'll just reduce the size a little bit. Get in there. But again, 720 video, that's probably the best way you're going to enjoy watching videos on this. So it's smooth as silk. And actually, I just show you, we're going to rotate the video while playing. You can see it's playing between two screens. So it's a very CPU intensive thing, but you're able to do it. So that's kind of interesting, and then I'll rotate it back. The rotation's a lot faster if you're not pushing the CPU so hard. So, but you see, it's still playing between the two screens. So it's pretty good. Oh, I guess that's all we got for screen. So, anyway, you get the idea. So, okay. I'm going to rotate it back. Get an idea what it's like. Okay, one thing I want to show you is Toshiba's included their very own tablet software. It's the Toshiba board. Basically, you can manipulate images and copy and paste and say and make notes, things like that. Get an idea. You can rotate it, things like that. You can enlarge it. Lots of things like that. So they've built this into their own application that's part of the tablet software. You can swipe over this way, and then you can get to, on the Toshiba boards, you can actually access the computer itself, wireless network, computer health, things like that. So they've sorry, it's on save mode. They've made their own application to make the tablet more friendly to use. One thing also I wanted to show you was on the keyboard. There's a lot of little features here, and it's up here, and I'm going to move it down here. They have cut and paste and all of the things you'd like to do, cut, paste, number keys, all those kinds of things are built in. They've thought about it. So if you want to do numbers, you just hit that key, it goes right back. So really handy. Once you play with it, you realize that there's a lot of functionality with the tablet. It just takes a little bit of time to get used to, and they've included, so you can learn it. They've also included right here on the first thing you learn on the board. You have here is instructions on how to use it. So handy little application. Okay, we've run the Windows index scores, and you can see that, maybe you can't see, the processor gets a 3.7, the RAM, the memory, gets 5.5, the graphics, desktop aero performance gets 3.3, the 3D business graphics gets 3.3, and the disk data transfer gets 5.9. So memory and RAM, memory and the hard disk do well. The other things are just average, so nothing spectacular there. Okay, it comes with a 62 gigabyte SSD. Conics.net removed the Japanese recovery image, so you saved about a little less than 10 gigabytes. But I mean, you get almost 10 gigabytes of space, more space by removing that partition. So what I would do is, the second you get this computer, if you haven't ordered the recovery disk from Conics.net, grab a copy of TrueImage 2010 and make some recovery images. So I'm going to show you how you can boot to an external DVD drive. So I'm going to shut it down, and then we'll go to the boot menu. And that noise you hear is the fan in the back. Okay. Now to get to the boot menu, power button, and when you get to the Libretto screen, you've got to hit the keyboard button here. And now I'm in the Toshiba has its own BIOS. It's kind of dark. I hope you can see it well. And then you just hit the keyboard button to cycle through the item you want to boot from. Right now I've only got a SSD in there, so there's nothing else to boot from. Or you can enter the recovery. But we've removed the recovery hard disk, or the partition, so it won't work. So you can go to the BIOS partitions. And I'll just go here. We'll boot from there. You hit the home key to do that on this side, and then that's how you choose what you want to do. And then Windows will start. Nice thing is Toshiba's web camera has built-in face recognition. So you can use your face recognition to create an account. So if you want to use a computer, now I'm going through the face recognition setup. It's kind of a pain, to be honest, but once it's done, you can use your face to log into the computer. So when you turn it on, it'll ask you to, it'll turn on the webcam, and you show your face, and it will tell if it's you or not, and then you can register. So you can see I'm moving my face back and forth for the registration. So, moving it back and forth. So you get the idea. So, all in all, I actually really like this Libretto. I mean, it's real fun to play with. Now that they've done a good job of incorporating the multi-touch in here, it's actually quite fun. And surfing web pages is a lot of fun on this computer. Surfing and reading PDFs and that kind of thing is a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. Using the keyboard at first, I was skeptical about using it, to be honest. I wasn't sure I would like it, but it's not so bad. Saying that, I can touch type, and I prefer a real keyboard a lot better. If there was I'd probably drag a Bluetooth keyboard with me, but that's me. Some people, prefer to type with the iPad style keyboard. So it's a lot of fun. I actually really like this computer. I wish the screens were a little bigger, and there was a little less bezel, and then a higher resolution. That would be really nice, because when you have the 600 by 1024 this way, it's just cut a little too much. It would be nice if they were 1333 by 1080 or something. So but you it's for having a dual screen tablet. It's I guess they run about $1,200, $1,300. You get what you pay for. It's nice. It's a first generation. So you know, in the future, I'm sure they'll have the higher res screens, less you know, less bezel, less hinge. But for now, you know, they've done quite a good job on it. So anyway, thank you for watching.